Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Scrap Mechanic video. And in this one, I'm going to be showing you what could be one of the first, I don't know, but a flying saucer in Scrap Mechanic. Now this is absolutely fantastic, and straight away I've got to say a couple of things. It's probably not quite as impressive as you think, but it is a step in the right direction. I've also had help from other people in the community, going to talk about that in a bit, and the roof. I made the roof too high. If it had been a few blocks lower, this could have looked about 10 times better. And if you look up there, definitely could have brought it lower down. I don't know why I didn't really think about that correctly. And I know what you want to see. You want to see this thing in action and flying. And of course, we are going to do that. I want to say a massive thank you, though, first of all, to Snow Crash, who came up with, and let me say it correctly, I've got to say it like Jam Jar, Gyroscope. There we go. Normally I say gyroscope, and a load of people have corrected me and said, nope, you're saying it wrong, it is gyroscope. And there we go. Hopefully that is an okay pronunciation of the word. So this thing right here, I'm not going to talk about it too technically because I don't fully understand how it works, but the idea is that you're going to see a lot of connections here. This thing is sort of like rotating on two pivots, and that means when the whole contraption goes over to one side, this thing is going to sort of free float and balance itself in the middle, which means our sensors on either side can detect when it tilts. And with that, we can stabilize the flight of this vehicle by controlling the thrusters down below. So let's hop back in here. Let's give it a whirl, and let's hop back out because I forgot to remove the lift, which is not a great start. There we go. Let's get rid of that thing. Let's jump in here. Now this is just going to be amazing. I love it. I love it every single time. We are flying up in the air. And we are flying nice and steady and stable as well. Now, sometimes I can lose control of this because I'm not the best pilot there is. But if we press 1, we can control the little beam at the back there. And we can start to go over in this direction. So you can see we're now floating over to the right, which is absolutely incredible. Now, if you keep your eyes on the thruster on the left there, we can also wiggle that back and forth. And we can try and spin, which can be a little bit dodgy. So we're going to try and turn ourselves here. And we're not going to do too much more than that because it looks like we might start to go off to the side a little bit too much. The gyroscope... Oh, I said it wrong again. The gyroscope should kick in at some point here. Let's give it a little bit more power. And that thing should start to stabilize us. And yes, we're just flying off into the distance, which is incredible. And let's give this thing a little bit more of a spin. Try and turn us around and go in a different direction. It is so much fun. But I know you want to see it. You want to see this thing spin like a flying saucer does. We're going to press this button right here, and yeah, that looks so cool, doesn't it? And we're still stable up here in the air. It is unbelievable. It really is. This is amazing. And let's just spin it until we go out of control, because I know you want to see that as well. Believe it or not, we're somehow staying together here. Incredible stuff. And it's holding up. Right, now what we've got to try and do is land this thing, which could be very difficult. We are descending at a rapid speed, and it looks like we're going to hit a tree. We've hit the tree. We hit the branch of the tree. We're going to get flipped over. Yeah, there we go. And now we're on our side. Do you know what I've got to do now? Press that one, see what happens. Nah. Nothing too interesting. Absolutely chaotic. Right, so now you've seen the flight, and at this point in the video we're going to discuss a few things and then we're going to do some more flying later on. And I do just want to say, if you're not subscribed and you like Scrap Mechanic and you want to see some more, then consider subscribing if you're new to my channel. I've been creating a whole bunch of things, and this has given me inspiration to not only build a better flying saucer, but to do some other flying things like a flying mothership of some sort, because this stabilizer mechanism that Snow Crash came up with is just incredible. Now, be sure to go and check out his video. There will be a link in the description box. I'll try to remember to remind you again. He's a really cool guy. He's done lots of cool stuff in Minecraft before as well, and now he's doing it in Scrap Mechanic. And again, yeah, the sensors just kind of detect when this goes up and down, which happens when you tilt, and it controls some of the thrusters down below. So let's see the wiring for that. So these ones on this side will get activated when this one here is activated. So if this thing... Imagine that it's sort of downwards, even though it would technically be level. It's because this side has come upwards, and so what would you need to happen? You'd need those thrusters over there to turn on. So you can see how that happens, and oh my god, there's just so much stuff here to talk about. So when we press forward on this thing, we're activating the thrusters down below. That's how we go upwards into the sky. When we press 1, we give it a little boost to this thing over here, which can steer us. Now, if it wasn't so much of a big ship and I'd done a better job of building Snow Crash's stabilizer or gyroscope, then you'd be able to fly this around with a lot more flexibility, which is something that I want to work on, and I'm going to show you that in this video. I'm going to show you a few ideas that I've had, but basically it works like this. If we pop in here, you steer from left to right by turning left and right with A and D, which is a cool way of doing things. Now we've also, have I got a ghost key? There we go, I had a ghost key. That's where it thinks you're pressing forward. At least my keyboard does. So we also discussed how flying is sort of, well, it's three-dimensional, but there's four directions you might want to push the ship in: forward, backwards, left and right. So one of the things I want to work on in a coming video or live stream is this idea over here, which is that we can turn to left and right, and we can go forwards and backwards as well. Now the forwards and backwards is using an engine, so it's a little bit faster, or it has a lot more acceleration than the left and the right at the front does. Maybe adjusting this engine can fix that. But the idea here is that with sensors we could detect when this thing comes across to this side or when it goes to the other one, if they were pointing in the right direction. And by incorporating that into the flying device, we could quite simply, be pressing W. Let's actually see what happens when we press W. Okay, so W is this one coming over here. That means this sensor could then control the thruster at the back to move us forward, right? And then if we're sitting in here and we want to go left, then we would have a sensor here, and that would control the thruster on the right hand side to push us to the left. And I think that's a really cool little system. So that's something we might be working on. And in general, what I want to do is more flying machines. Now, I don't think there's really too much else to talk about. We make it spin by having these thrusters at the top. One of the things you have to do when building something like this, if you choose to try it yourself, is balance all of the weight. So luckily it's been done very well. You'll see there's like a couple of extra blocks over on this side. They're just literally, let's get rid of that big red selection right there. These couple of blocks are literally just like adding weight to this side because there's an equal amount with what's on this side over here. And I really don't think there's too much else to say. So let's hop on it and fly it again. This time, oh yeah, we've got to remove the lift. That's what we got to do this time, because I forgot to do it last time. Bam. This time we're going to go up, up and away. Just up as high as we can go. This thing, I got to tell you, was so much fun to fly. And also, when you're in the process of building it and occasionally testing it out, the flight is different every time, When I hadn't built the roof, it was a lot more, let's say, versatile. And do you know what? This is my, today's session of Scrap Mechanic is my first time properly flying, and I don't know if there's a limit to how high up you can go, but I kind of want to find out, so we're going to keep heading up, and probably what we'll find is it'll take a very long time. Let's see how much patience I have. We just keep going up and up, don't we? And I think now it's time to do something a little bit more spectacular and let this thing go. Now this might cause some lag. When it spins around like crazy, it can cause a lot of lag. And I'm sort of expecting this to tip us over at some point. We practically can't see the world below us now. Okay, and that is not destabilizing us. Let's try and destabilize ourselves by doing this. There we go, spinning around from side to side. Look at the gyroscope in the middle. That's incredible. Is that actually keeping us level? And there we go. Do you know what? I think it's time to descend, and we're going to do it by never pressing W to go up again, and we'll just let this madness happen. And we'll see what happens. How fast are we going to go? Are we going to gain a lot of acceleration as we come back down? This is a sight to behold right here, by the way. What a sight it is indeed. Oh, I love it. Oh, wow. Listen to the sound of us descending. Yeah, it feels like there's a maximum acceleration on the way down. Bang! And you would expect that to blow up, really, wouldn't you? But no, it's not quite like that. And we are far away from our little starting area, I'm pretty sure. Oh man, this is so much fun. I want to ride it again. Alright, that is going to be it from me this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like. As always, thank you for the support on these videos. Definitely going to be doing some more flying stuff. Maybe some more UFOs, trying to improve on this design. And let's make it spin. Oh! That might have been too much there. It looks like we're going to destabilize a little bit. No? The gyroscope is keeping us in check. Fantastic stuff. Oh, it really is. And again, massive thank you to Snow Crash. What an awesome little contraption he's got here. Be sure to go and check out his video and subscribe to him too, because I'm sure he's going to be doing some more scrap mechanic videos. Yeah, this is too much fun. Anyway, that's going to be it from me. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.